Hi, I'm Virginia, and the book that I chose to read was And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss. This book was also illustrated by Dr. Seuss. I have read a lot of his books, but I had never read this particular one, and I looked it up, and it was his very first publication. It was published originally in 1937 by Vanguard Press. This story was about a little boy whose dad told him to keep his eyes open to see what he could see on his way to school and on his way home from school. So while he's going to school on Mulberry Street, all he sees is a simple horse and cart. And he decides that that is way too boring of a story to tell his dad, so he starts to make up a story about other things that he sees. Instead of a simple horse, it might be a different kind of an animal, or a simple cart, it was a different kind of vehicle. And he starts to make up this fantasy story. And I love how in the illustrations begin quite simple, because that's how his mind is thinking. The young boy is just thinking about a different kind of vehicle with a different kind of animal. But as it goes, the illustrations get to be more and more elaborate, because the little boy is thinking more elaborate thoughts. And then at the end, the pages are completely filled with his elaborate thoughts. At the very end of the story, he gets home and his dad asks him what he saw, and he says that in his mind he has so much to say, but he can't get the words out, and so he just simply tells his dad that he saw a simple horse and cart on Mulberry Street. As you can see, the illustrations are drawings that are very colorful with primary colors. They're very interactive. They keep a child engaged, and each picture goes with the text very, very well. I like this book that it illustrates how important it is for a child to be imaginative. It's good to use our imagination and be creative. When my children were young, we used to encourage looking at the clouds in the sky and seeing what kind of animals or shapes that we could see in the clouds. Maybe we saw a dinosaur, maybe we saw a bear. It was just fun to be creative and see what we could see. But in the end, we knew that they were just clouds. I think that a great activity for this particular book, you would probably be reading it to very young children, and it rhymes just like most of Dr. Seuss's books, which is also great for developing speech in a young child. And so I think it would be fun to reread the book to the children slowly, page by page, and have them pick out the words that they hear that are rhyming, and write them down like on a smartboard or a whiteboard, whatever you have available, and let them see the similarities of the words, because most rhyming words at the end, they look the same. And so I think that that would be a great illustration to a child, so that they could see the things that were the same of those words, and they could hear the rhyming in those words, and it would be good for them to be able to pick out what words were rhyming. That is my reflection for this book, and have a great day.